Yo, what's up? So, this is going to be my review of the very first episode of Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now, right off the bat, I just want to say that I really ship Ash together with that new girl who I believe her name is Lily. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I made a video not too long ago where I freaked out over Ash and Serena kissing, but I'm really digging this new girl, even though we don't really know very much about her, but I just love, like, she kind of has this sheltered, kind of princessy, kind of like, personality kind of thing. Like, I actually really like it. I definitely love her character design, and I think that it'll make for an interesting relationship between Ash and her. As I said, we didn't really get too much about her because we only saw her for like a few minutes, like in the spotlight, because apparently she has some type of fear of Pokemon, whatever. But as I said, I think she looks really cute, and I'm really liking her personality. Like, I could totally see her as being a little bit of a tsundere in this show. But anyway, moving on. It's funny because coming into watching this, I was kind of expecting the worst because ever since Pokemon X and Y ended, people have just been talking so much shit about the animation and Ash's new character design looking all terrible and bad and how it's gonna destroy the show. And to be honest with you, I kind of was on that bandwagon, not because I necessarily agreed, but because everybody else was saying it, and since it looked different from what I was used to in the Pokemon series, I just kind of went along with it. But after having a chance to watch the episode for myself, I kind of came to the conclusion that it's not nearly as bad as everybody wants to make it out to be. In fact, I actually enjoyed it. I didn't really have a problem with the animation or the art style in this new Pokemon. I mean, yeah, Ash does look different, but I don't think different is a bad thing in this case. And it's funny because when I was watching this episode, it really felt like, because it goes without saying that every time Pokemon starts a new season, what they're trying to do is they're trying to, reset everything so that, Ash can continue to appeal to another, like, generation of kids. And I definitely had that feeling. Like, when I was watching this, it really felt like, Pokemon was just going through like another, clean slate, a new place, new characters, a new art style, a new setting. And I think it fit really well. In a way, it kind of felt like I was watching Pokemon again for the very first time, even though, I've been technically watching it since it, came out in the 90s or whatever. But, so another thing that I want to point out, and this is kind of random, but I actually think that out of all the characters who were affected by this new art style / animation change, I think Ash's mom probably got the best from it, because never before have I ever found Ash's mom to be attractive, but for some strange reason with this new art style, she kind of looks really hot to me. Am I the only one that thinks that way? Like, write in the comments below, hashtag Ash's mom, like Ash mom hot. Make a hashtag in the comments if you agree that Ash's mom with this new art and animation style actually looks pretty hot. So moving on, I'm trying to think what else stood out for me. I was a little surprised that I didn't see Team Rocket. Now, I'm not really sure if upon going on this new place or whatever, that Team Rocket is no longer going to be, following Ash or whatever, which I find interesting because these new guys showed up, and I can't quite remember, but I think they're called Team Skull or something like that. It's pretty much these bandit-looking dudes. I wasn't really very impressed with them, but I did find it interesting that instead of Team Rocket, we got these new, dudes or whatever. So I'm going to make an assumption that these are going to be the comedy relief bad guy characters that are going to be following Ash throughout his journey. As I said, I'm not really very impressed with them. They just seem like very, stereotypical standard comedy villains that aren't really going to do anything, or whatever. But again, I find it interesting that it seems like Jesse and James are not going to be in this new Pokemon season, which is going to be amazing if that really happens, because they've been following Ash since the beginning. So it would be fucking crazy if they weren't in this. So, what else did I like? It's funny because I probably should have given a summary of the episode before I just jumped right into it. So basically the episode starts off, Ash is on vacation with his mom, and they're basically going to this island or whatever, just relaxing, and upon this island, there's like new Pokemon, there's also a Pokemon school, so as you can imagine, Ash being the way that he is, he always finds himself getting caught up in these, random occurrences. And so as you can imagine, he somehow found his way after being chased around by, Pokemon he had never seen before. He finds his way to this school, this Pokemon school, and we don't really get to learn too much about it in this episode. The only thing that really happens is we get to meet some of the children that are part of the school. One of them is Lily, and the other one is Professor Oak, but it's basically a Professor Oak that was colored differently, essentially, which I thought was kind of random and weird. Apparently, he's supposed to be the real Professor Oak's long lost cousin that we conveniently never heard about in the series up until now. I thought that was kind of interesting. So I'm trying to think what else stood out to me. As I said before, the art and animation I think was probably the selling point of this episode by far. I mean, I really, really like the direction that they're going in as far as how it looks. It looks very fluid, very smooth. I actually really enjoyed this episode, and it's funny because I was coming into it expecting to hate it because of all the stuff that people have been saying about it, but I'm looking forward to watching more. I think that's pretty much what I mostly enjoyed about the episode, like all the stuff that really stood out to me. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you've seen the episode Pokemon X and Y, let me know what your thoughts are on the episode, and maybe I'll link it below if you want to see the sub version on YouTube. And I guess that's pretty much it. Let me know if you want me to do more of these types of videos for Pokemon. I'm thinking about maybe reviewing this weekly when it comes out in English sub, so let me know if you'd like to see that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.